Uber changed how we move, but not how money is made. Because even with global dominance, Uber is still burning billions. It was supposed to be the future of transportation. Instead, it's a case study in scale without sustainability. Since 2009, Uber has raised over $25 billion in funding and lost more than $30 billion along the way. You open the app, a car shows up, and you're off. But behind that smooth experience is a business model bleeding cash. Every ride is a subsidy, every driver is a cost center, and every city adds more pressure. The company went public in 2019 and told investors profitability was just around the corner. That corner never came. In fact, it's a roundabout spinning through losses year after year. So what's going wrong? Let's start with price wars. Uber entered every market with one mission. That meant low fares for riders and high incentives for drivers. It was great for growth, terrible for margins. Then came regulation. Cities started pushing back. Laws changed. Drivers needed licenses. Employee benefits became a topic. Each new rule made the model heavier and the profits thinner. Don't forget, driver churn. Most drivers quit within a year, so Uber spends a fortune replacing them. Ads, bonuses, onboarding again and again. Customer loyalty, sure, but driver loyalty, that's another story. Then there's the myth of automation. Self-driving cars were supposed to cut costs, but Uber's autonomous unit burned $2.5 billion before being sold off. The dream didn't die. It just drifted to someone else's balance sheet. Let's talk food delivery. Uber Eats, launched to diversify revenue. It scaled fast, especially during the pandemic. But the margins, thin as paper. Logistics is brutal. Competition is fierce. And profits are still elusive. Add in global operations. Uber tried to conquer the world. India, China, Russia, Southeast Asia, but lost to local giants like Didi and Grab. Each exit cost billions. Now Uber's focus is narrower, but the wounds are deep. Then there's litigation, from sexual harassment scandals to lawsuits over driver classification. Legal costs aren't just legal costs, they're reputational landmines. What about riders? They love convenience, but hate rising prices. Because to stop losing money, Uber has to charge more. And when that happens, people start rethinking those rides. Let's not forget, Uber's cut. It takes 25 to 30% of each fare, but still doesn't make money. Because marketing, insurance, R&D, lobbying, all eat into the pie. Investors hoped for a tech company, but got a transportation company with tech. There's a difference. One scales with code, the other scales with humans, and humans cost money. CEO Dara Khosrowshahi promised discipline, and some numbers have improved, but adjusted profit isn't actual profit. It's a narrative, one designed to soothe Wall Street, but the real balance sheet tells the truth. Let's break it down. In 2022, Uber made $31 billion in revenue, but still posted a net loss of nearly $10 billion. Even in 2023, with record bookings, profit remained out of reach. Why? Because Uber doesn't own its fleet, it doesn't control fuel prices, and it can't scale like SaaS. It's a middleman in a low-margin, high-volume business. Compare that to companies like Airbnb, who made money during the same storms because they run a platform. Uber runs a battlefield, and competition hasn't gone away. Lyft is still alive, local apps still thrive, and public transport remains cheaper. So what's the end game? Maybe Uber isn't trying to be profitable now. Maybe it's playing the long game. Data dominance, urban mobility control, vertical integrations we can't see yet. Or maybe it's the WeWork of transportation, a company built on optimism crushed by unit economics. Whatever the case, Uber's story is far from over. But one thing is clear, it rewrote transportation, just not the financial rulebook.